The atmosphere at board meetings has been going downhill for a while now. Board Chair Nathan Fletcher says rude, disruptive behavior has been getting more common over the last couple of years. Then a few weeks ago, there was this.
Hail Fauci! Hail Fauci!
But what happened last week when the supervisors were discussing measures to prevent the spread of COVID, a man identifying himself as Jason Robo first indicated he'd like to see one of the supervisors hanging from a tree, said Nathan Fletcher should shoot himself, called Supervisor Vargas fat, and then turned his attention to County Public Health Officer Dr. Wilma Wooten, calling her an Aunt Jemima, a racist reference to a black woman who was a servant for a white family. That moment appears to be when Fletcher and Vice Chair Nora Vargas had enough.
It's time for us to revamp and relook at the rules around public procedures.
The board will consider a number of changes, most notably prohibiting disruptive conduct, things such as loud, threatening language, along with other disruptive, noisy behavior. The proposed changes also include a change in the amount of time individuals and people in group presentations can speak. Fletcher insists the proposed changes do not equate to denying anyone's freedom of speech.
Public comment will always remain a feature of local government. The ability of folks to come down and dissent and disagree will always remain a feature of local government.
But at a virtual meeting held today on the proposed changes, a number of callers disagreed with them, voicing various concerns.
These rules will turn board meetings into a modern version of the Gong Show. If you're old enough to remember what the Gong Show was, 2 minutes is short enough. There is absolutely no justification for reducing it to 1 minute.
But a number of callers also expressed support for the proposed changes.
We all have the right to agree or disagree, make suggestions, and show our support or dislikes. But if the sole purpose of making commentaries to disrupt our democratic process and wreak havoc, then one can only surmise that the intent is harmful and compromises public safety.
The measure passed 3-1, with Supervisor Joel Anderson casting the sole no vote. Supervisor Desmond is out of town. The new rules will go into effect immediately. John Carroll, KPBS News.